All right. We're back. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. See y'all. Jasmine, what's up? Man Bear Pig. What's up, brother? All right. We're back. Good to see everybody. All right, let me get myself all set up here. We're looking good. Get my chat overlay going. Boom. How's everybody doing tonight? The GBRS video was needed. Appreciate it. Jake is, he just got done over on the War Room. Just came straight from there. I don't know. Anybody over come from the War Room? Yeah, we're gonna talk about the GBRS stuff. We're gonna talk about Trump saying he's gonna turn Gaza into the next resort paradise. We got a bunch of wild stuff to talk about, guys. The news cycle never stops. But yeah, the War Room, hell yeah, came from the War Room. Very cool, guys. So yeah, we do this right after the War Room. For those of you who are tuning in, the War Room podcast, we do that at 3 p.m. Pacific time, right before this. Great show. Are you a Battlefield player? I haven't ever played Battlefield. No, I play Marvel Rivals right now. That's my jam. That's what everybody's playing, I think. Let's go Gaza, the Gaza golf course. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Things are spiraling. We're going to take Greenland. We're going to take Mexico. We're going to take Canada. What were some other ones? We're going to take Gaza. We're apparently annexing everybody. Just found your channel after recently finding Jake's. Hell yeah, man. Me and Jake, for those of you who don't know, didn't come last time. We got the Navy SEAL versus Green Beret podcast Sundays at 12 p.m. Pacific time. How's my microphone? I went through all sorts of YouTube tutorials. I got equalizers. I got filters. The microphone should be sounding much, much better than it used to. Let me know how the volume is if I need to adjust it. Should be looking good. All right. Let's see where we're at here. Let everybody get into the chat. We were a little bit early today, so we'll let everybody get in here. Love some Rivals. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. That game's great. I'm in Diamond right now. I don't get to play very often, but doing all right. Gotta love Jake and the okay. I know, man. Our token Navy SEAL, Mr. Mackey. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Much better. Yeah, it should sound good, man. So I'm such a tech dinosaur. I bought this Shure MB7 microphone, the one Joe Rogan uses, right? I got all the cloud filters. Spent all this money on this audio equipment, and I thought all you got to do is you just plug the microphone into the thing and to the computer, and you're good. Little did I know that you need to go in and set up like 7 different filters and get an equalizer and change all your income. So I finally figured out how to do that. So now my equipment actually works correctly. Will the Army ever stop testing for Mary Jane? The second they make it federally legal, then the military will be able to use it, most likely, just like alcohol. But until then, not great. 18 Echo, by the way. Me too, bro. Where I used to be, at least. Yeah. We put a lot of work into the audio. Is Trump? Oh yeah, we're apparently going to take back Bagram as well. I've heard that as well. Yeah. We're going to talk about all those things. I can't keep up, man. I forget what Aaron Love over at One's Ready podcast said, that the strategy behind what Trump does, it's like flood the something. And essentially what he does is he puts out so much crazy shit so fast that by the time any of us are like, coordinated enough to reflect on it and talk about it, he's on to the next thing and he's signing deals on something else. It's an actual strategy of his. It's a little chaotic for me, But yeah, you heard TK use the same audio setup? Well, I mean, I hope so. He's been in the game a lot longer than I have. I'm new to this stuff. The cop was definitely trying to get in with the GBRS guys. We're going to talk about that. That's going to be the first thing we talk about it. Yeah, if you haven't seen, I put out a video earlier this afternoon on the GBRS situation, the racism allegations. If you haven't seen that, well, you can watch it after, but we're going to talk about it here. Oh, flood the zone. That's what it is. Yep. There we go. Nice. Yeah, 18 Echo. Well, you're not necessarily good at tech because you're an 18 Echo. You can be good at radios, which I am, but computers, audio equipment, The cop was a total D-bag for what it's worth. Yeah, a lot of them are, man. The problem is that GBRS is not responsible for how police officers conduct themselves. So that was a stupid argument to be made to begin with, that they were somehow at fault because of the way police conducted themselves. Not a thing. Digging the live? Hell yeah, man. It's good times. All right, so what we're going to do on these lives, I've sort of decided, is the first like 15, 20 minutes, I think it'll be fun just to do Q&A, right? You guys throw the questions out. We talk about what's ever going on, and then I'll have like 2 topics that we'll cover, and that way we can talk about them there, and then we'll end with a little bit of Q&A. But I think mostly you guys like the Q&A more than anything, right? So we'll make sure we do a good portion of that. And then we'll talk about some crazy shit too. All right. Ooh, we got a $10 super chat from Skeptic. Woot woot, get some. Yeah, buddy. I appreciate it. That's very generous of you, brother. Thank you very much. All right, real quick. Let's do some YouTube polls, right? Where we just ask. These aren't really polls. I just want to see what the flood of the chat says. All right. GBRS, DJ Shipley. We a thumbs up or we a thumbs down? Let's hear it. Because there was a lot of comments both ways in that video I put out today. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys like them? You guys don't like them? What do we think? Andy? I'm talking about Andy Stump. Is he in the chat? Andy, are you here? Up, down. Up, up, up. Let's fucking go. Up, up, up. That's a lot of thumbs up, boys. Up, 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 up. All right. Usually we have a lot more 50-50 going on. DJ and Cole are good dudes. Up, 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 up. All right. You love to see that. That's almost like 95% ups. So, Brent hasn't said anything about DJ. Neither have I, obviously, right? Did you guys see me cover this when it first got dropped and go after DJ and Cole and GBRS? No, as you noticed, I didn't cover this at all. Why? Because it never passed the smell test to me. So, need to go on Cleared Hot. Me and Andy have been talking. I might try to get out there this summer when I got some time. Come on the show. Andy's a good dude, man. I like Andy. Andy just started his lives. His live last week was really good. All right. Okay, so all the ups. Here's the reality, guys. Said this before. I'm honestly, I'm a fan of DJ stuff. His tactical stuff is phenomenal. Everybody gives him shit about their risers. I use the Hydra mount. I love it. I think it's phenomenal for CQB. I like their stuff. I think they're great dudes. I don't really care about whatever personal stuff people get upset about. I've seen nothing but high quality stuff for them. I think DJ presents himself incredibly well as a tier 1 dude. I don't have anything against him, right? So I was happy to make that video because when I saw for that story first came out and the fact that supposedly a couple tier 1 SEAL Team 6 dudes fired a guy because they're racist. Yeah, that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to begin with, because why would you even hire black employees if you were racist? But a bunch of other reasons. So I figured it was BS. Turns out it was. And that's why I didn't make any content on it. And also DJ and GBRS hadn't said anything about it. So I figured until they put out a statement, it's not my position to get involved. But now that we know, boom. Talked to DJ and he seems quite genuine. Yeah, I've talked to DJ. He seems like an awesome dude. Well, it's I was hoping to be able to get out and see him at SHOT Show, but I wasn't able to at the convention. I wasn't there for long enough. We talked about seeing him, or I talked to GJ about meeting up, but wasn't able to. It's all right. A round table with DJ, Andy, and Brent. That would be good ones. Although here's the thing, I'd be the only non-tier 1 dude there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm on their I don't know if I'm on their level, boys. I'm the biggest. I'm physically the biggest, but yeah, those guys, they reached pinnacles of the career higher than I did. But they're all good dudes, man. All good dudes. As a professional racist and expert on racism, you can tell me that GBRS isn't racist. There you go. All right. You heard it here first, guys. We have some actual racists in the chat who are letting us know, no, they are in fact not racist. All right. Appreciate my channel. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Seals aren't tier 1. Well, DJ Shipley was SEAL Team 6, DevGru, which is tier 1. So, but no, regular Navy SEALs aren't tier 1. They're tier 2, like Green Berets as well. Have I ever spoken to Mike Glover during or after my military career? No, Mike was before my time in the military. I feel like they would not bat an eye to sit at the table with tier 1 guys. I mean, tier 1, tier 2, vast majority of tier 1 guys came from tier 2 units. It's the same community. Those guys just managed to get to a cooler spot in their career than we did. Him and Cole were both DevGru. As far as I know, yeah. Been on Warfighter Athletic for 2 weeks. It's a real cooker. Hell yeah, man. We're gonna start doing. I'm trying to finish the master's degree right now, guys, and then we're gonna go full time into content. We're gonna start a few other sub channels, and we're gonna do a VFT fitness channel where like the entire channel is focused on fitness, firearms, some stuff like that. But just don't have time. Mike Glover stepped down from his company. Yep. Greg Lapland, my buddy Greg, is taking over as CEO. And hopefully me and Greg can do some in-person firearms training together with our 2 companies. We've talked about it, but we haven't got anywhere yet on it. Gear reviews. Oh, man. I mean, maybe. There's so many of them out there. Swag giveaway on this one. We don't have the Munchkin merch yet. So I'm working with my screen printers right now. We got all the new Munchkin logos. We got the new Valhalla VFT badass logo that my artist redid. So we got new merch coming soon. We're just trying to get it together and get it figured out right now. Oh, big super chat from T Bizzle, $20. Love your channel, brother. Would love to see you collab more with veteran badasses. Keep up the good work. We're trying to. Again, it's just been it's been a time management thing for me. Finishing my master's degree, in-person business. I got wife, kids in high school, basketball games, sports. It's a lot. So I'm doing my best to keep up as best as I can. All right. And then I graduate in May, and then we are going to go full time into social media. Right now, it gets about 15% of my time. We're going to go full time. We're going to work on building out the Instagram. Full time on this podcast. Oh, also, I will be on the Anti-Hero podcast March 1st in person live. So we are starting to get out there and be able to do some collab content. Me and Brent are getting together. I'm going to fly out there March 1st. Should be an awesome episode. We're going to talk about, I bet we'll talk about Tim Kennedy a little bit. How's it going back to school as an adult after a career in Army Special Forces, getting a master's degree? I can tell you it's the easiest thing I've ever done. I'm actually shocked at how easy college is when you're a 40-year-old who worked a job like that. Collaboration with Sonny from First would be cool. Are you talking about Sonny Silva? Sonny Silva is my teammate, if that's who you're talking about. Brent X and 8 is fire. Yeah, it should be good. It should be a good one. But yeah, if you're talking, I'm assuming Sonny from First Group, you're probably talking about my teammate, Sonny. Shout out to the Anti-Hero podcast. Yeah, good dudes, man. All right, we got a super chat from Jarl. I'm going to figure. You got a little Swedish name there going on, maybe? Jarl Bogruff. What do you call a SEAL that paid off all their debt? A lone survivor. Dun-dun. Got him. What's my master's in? I'm getting my MBA. I'm about done. I got a... That was a good one, Jarl. I got about a term and a half left of a 2-year program. I'm just grinding through it. I'm almost done. All right, what else we got in here? Tyler gets a tier every time he speaks about your 100 plaque. Tyler, they hit 100K. They got like 101,000. They hit 100K like last week. They're good to go. They made it too. Don't like what GBRS did to Slade. However, if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have a regular defense, blah, blah. So here's the thing, guys. We don't know the real story behind all that. Okay. So I don't know, man. I try not to involve myself in personal drama between people when I don't know the full story. I worked with Tulam. Tulam was in first group, but he was before my time. So nope. I have met him though. Seems like a good dude. All right, we'll do about 10 more minutes of Q&A. Jump into some topics of the day. Congrats on the master's degree. Thanks, man. It's just a time sink, you know. There's a lot of good information on it, you know what I mean? You get a lot of value out of it here and there. White Claw, don't worry, bro. I also got lit a fireball. Can I drink? Can I do this on YouTube? Am I going to demonetize? Hold on, I got to do this. I got to do this off the stream. I don't know. Nobody look. What's that? I don't know how YouTube works, man. You get demonetized for that, maybe. I don't know. You got to be careful. Maybe it's fine. Who knows? Mike is definitely not watching. Which Mike? Mike who? Okay, I gotta blow my nose real quick, guys. Still working off that bag. All right. Chat's fine. Chat's flying. Good job. You will get demonetized. Okay, I'm glad I didn't do that then. Nate, did the Green Berets really use bows in Vietnam? No, but my dad carried a shotgun as his main weapon because in the jungle, most of the time you get into conflict, you're like 10, 15 meters away from each other. A lot of vegetation. Smaller bullets don't go through vegetation real well, but a shotgun does. Valhalla VT, you getting your degree before you go into the CIA, FBI, or maybe the DOD? I will never work for anyone else, but especially the government ever again. No, thank you. Opinion on the British SAS. I've got a video coming. Should I hint it? It's going to piss a lot of people off. All right, I'll say it. I'm working on it right now. It's probably going to come out like next week. And it's going to be titled "The British SAS is Too Inbred to Win a War." Does that get anybody like super mad right out the gate? There's context to it. It's going to make sense when we get into it. We're going to talk about how there's crazy stuff going on in Britain right now with inbreeding. I didn't know about. Ben from Veteran Bikers clued me in on it. But yeah, we're going to talk about British SAS. A lot of people get really upset when you talk about the British SAS. So it's an interesting one. My dad was in 46 Company. So he did most of what he was doing was in the A camps. And then also he was training a lot of the CIA's sort of recruitments from Laos and Cambodia. Oh man, chat's flying today, boys.
Getting farm finance.
All right. Did the SAS start including Pakistanis? I have no idea. No idea. Aussie as okay. I mean, I spent all my time, not all my time, but like if you're talking about working with first world country tier 1 units or tier 2 units, however you want to say it, spent most of my time working with the Aussies. So yes, I have a propensity and a bias towards how much I like the Aussies compared to everybody else. Is what it is. Again, they're the guys I worked with the most. And you know, I've got entire videos on that. Also got a lot of Australian guys who watch the channel, which is cool. Yeah, we want to get my dad on eventually. He's going through some pretty rough health issues right now, fortunately, trying to get some shit figured out. And then hopefully we get him on. Am I a SIG guy? Yes, I am. It's almost all my pistols. I have 3 different 320s. I have M17, M18. I've got the Max Michel competition gun. Looking at getting, whoops, Aussie here, hell yeah. I'm looking at getting the 365 Legion as my new carry gun. But yeah, I love SIG's products. I don't appendix carry any SIG's products because, you know, I'm not trying to potentially have a little holster incident, but I do like their guns. Give my dad some TRT. Speaking of TRT, if you haven't seen on the videos, all right, let's do a quick ad, I guess, sponsorship for my partnership with newest company, hptrt.com. Put it in here. All right, if you guys are looking to get on TRT, trying to get your hormones fixed, all right, for me, I had testosterone levels of like 220, lethargy, no sex drive, couldn't keep the fat off, couldn't stay fit. Get your testosterone checks. You can do it. You can do your blood work through them. If you have blood work, you can get it just immediately submitted. Head over there. Honestly, at least get it checked. Figure it out. If you got anything under 500 in your testosterone levels, you need to get it fixed. It'll change your entire quality of life, right? Feel 18 again. Why not? So head on over there. Use code Valhalla VFT. Put that in the chat. Get you 30% off. I think it's going to be the least expensive with my discount code. It's like the least expensive out of all of the premier testosterone men's clinics. But I think it's around maybe like $100 a month, which is very, very cheap. A lot of the other options are like $200-300 a month. Also, they have peptides, they have growth hormone, they got HGH, they got everything over there. Does test decrease your lifespan? I mean, if you abuse steroids, sure, but going on TRT is not going to decrease your lifespan. And in fact, what they're finding is you having super low testosterone causes far more health issues for a grown man than just having your testosterone levels where they should be. So I would highly suggest you do it. If you're not, it's the easy button for men. So get over there, check it out. At least get a consultation. Talk to the doctors. Right? TRT changed my life. Yeah, man, me too. Every literally 100% of dudes I know that had low T got on TRT. 100% of them are ecstatic that they did it. There's a 0% like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. So yeah, get your shit fixed. Also, doesn't hurt for looking good, boys. You need a prescription? Yes, but it's a men's clinic. You do that through the website, through the doctors. Doctors will get you on prescription. You'll do your blood work. They'll say, hey, your testosterone's too low. Boom. And then they'll get you on prescription, mail it to your house. It's good stuff, guys. Side effects of TRT? Well, if you use it correctly and all you're doing is getting your testosterone levels back to where they should be, there really isn't any. If you abuse steroids, yeah, there's a lot of side effects, but TRT is not abusing. All right. We got about 2 minutes more. 2 more minutes of Q&A. You guys, chat's flying. I might stay with the Q&A for a little bit longer. You guys want to do Q&A for a little bit longer before we jump in? Let's get a yes or no. Yes or no's in the chat. More Q&A, or we want to jump into some GBRS? Let me know. Let's see what we got. A little bit delayed. Can't figure out how to get the option to make this like to where the chat's speaking as we go. You're unsubbing. All right, see you, buddy. Later, dog. How often do you have to take TRT? Usually once about every 4 or 5 days, depending on what you're doing. Once a week, depending on your dose. Yes, GBRS. Yes. Appreciate the plug. GBRS. We're going to jump and talk about GBRS racism allegations. All right, we'll do lame unsub. Yeah, if you guys don't like the channel, feel free to unsub. No big deal to me, guys. If you're not entertaining, you don't get educated, you don't like my channel, I don't know why you're here. I have jump in. All right, it's crazy, guys. I have so many people. And so you guys don't know, when you're a YouTube creator, right? And you guys comment on my videos, I can click on your profile and it shows me every comment you've ever made on my channel to any video. There's a list. And guys, there are some people who Tim Kennedy has unsubscribed. All right, Timmy. There are some people, I swear, that have 20 to 30 comments on my channel, all negative, all talking shit. And it blows my mind that they're so dedicated to coming and talking shit in my channel. Like, if you hate my channel that much, why are you watching every single video? But whatever, that is what it is. I'm glad you like it. All right, we got a couple of super chats. Plight Designs, $10. SIGs have built-in decockers. I do want a Legion 226. Yep. I like all SIGs guns, man. I'm just collecting them. I have so many guns that buying new guns is kind of like, it's hard because they all just like sit in my safe for the most part. I shoot, one at a time. But all right, another super chat. Waste of time with, it doesn't give me your full name. For $10, my opinion on John Lovell. John Lovell. Hold on a second. Maybe I'm brain farting. John Lovell. Who's John Lovell? Oh, Warrior Poet. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen that much of his stuff, guys. I've seen it here and there. So yeah, I don't really have a great take on that. Ebes, $20. No message. All right, everybody, let's get a big thank you to Ebes in the chat for just that $20 dono. Super generous with no mention, with no comment. All right, appreciate you, brother. But the poetry guy. Jake Zwig has a Reddit page bashing me. Tim Kennedy Sr., are you sure? We'll talk about that with Jake on Sunday if that's the case. You hear Tim Kennedy's looking for work. He's definitely he's looking for sponsors right now because oh my God, I wish I could tell you guys what I know is coming of someone who is about to put out a big apology for their interactions with Tim. Can't tell you who it is, but it's somebody important and they're not happy. I'll let you guys guess. All right, super chat. Matthew McKenna, $10. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, bud, got paid today, so I have a few extra. Just want to say thanks and watch your stuff on my walk from work. Well, I appreciate it, man. Don't feel like you guys ever need to donate to me. I do appreciate the support. Obviously, we're trying to make this a full-time job. It's going pretty well, but you guys don't have to donate. You guys just being here is good enough for me. But I will take the donos. I do love cash. Oh, man, there's like 2 people. There's 3 people. It's the 3 big ones. I probably gave away too much information with that, didn't I? Because like there's only 3 options. Oh, fuck. I can't say anymore. I probably stepped on my own dick with that. Oh boy. Let's just pretend I didn't say that. And you guys just go back. Let's all reverse it. We'll reverse a minute. Nate never said that. And we don't know what's happening. Okay. So everybody just chill out. Stop typing in the chat about that. I'll tell you, somebody guessed it, though. I'm not going to say who. All right, stop. No more. You guys are crazy. No more. All right? Somebody guessed it. We're not going to say who. All right? Everybody's fucking And when it comes out, you're all going to be like, oh, you fucker, right? But we're good. Nobody heard nothing. That's right. That's right, boys. Everybody's pleading the fifth. We're all going down together, right? We got our own mafia going on this channel. All right. Might be Theo Vaughn. Speaking of Theo Vaughn, if anybody knows Theo, I actually, Theo's like the one guy I have no connections to at all through all the people I know. But he's coming to Eugene, where I live, next month. In March. And I'm trying to get him to come out to my range so I can take him shooting and do some funny ass content. But it's like the one guy I don't have access to. So if anybody knows him, tell him to come that way. The E4 Mafia. Whew. Yeah, those were the good old days, man. That was a long time ago, but those were the good old days. What do I think Trump would do with Tim Kennedy's stolen valor? Nothing. Trump gives a shit about Tim Kennedy. Theo Vaughn isn't funny. Oh, it's from Tim Kennedy. Tim Kennedy Sr. with the worst takes ever on everything in the chat. Did you know there's a former Delta guy who streams Call of Duty? I mean, he better be good. He better be good. Am I going to do comedy next, Tim Kennedy Sr.? You guys see my stuff with Uncle Laser on my Instagram? So, I did just get invited to go down to LA and Hollywood to come to the Laugh Factory. I actually do know a few famous comedians, and we are talking about doing some joint podcasts together. Do you think this would be funny if I went on some podcasts with some big famous comedians? What do you guys think? We're trying to figure out if that's like a good crossover for me to like potentially move in and out of the special operations realm. I don't know how people are going to take it, because that could be like, there's comedians get out there, right? I don't want to like make my viewers too super pissed off, but there's some potential. Talking about going down to Austin here pretty soon and doing some podcasts with some big comedians. Yep. You guys like it? Yeah, I think it'd be funny. I think we could do some funny stuff. Was this post the AVN Awards? Yes, I was at AVN after parties with a couple famous comedians, some tier 1 Delta operators. It got weird. It got weird fast. Uncle Laser, dude, Uncle Laser. Yeah, that's one of the guys this dude he's so unhinged, out of control, but also hilarious. Look up Uncle Laser on Instagram. You're borderline, Tim Kennedy Sr. You start getting too racist in the chat, you're going to get booted. We don't want to do it to you. You are funny, but watch yourself. That would revolutionize special operations. What? Come here. What are you doing? Come here. You want to come in here? Try to get my wife to come in here. Oh, there she is. She's out of here. She's going to the basketball game. Do I watch Kill Tony? Yeah. Yep. Uncle Laser's been on there a bunch. Funny dude. All right. In all Google reviews, they say, we recommend you review the article GBS Group awarded $300K from false racism allegations for more information. Yeah, well, that's what my video is on. So you should go watch it. Yep. Is there any update on the John Chapman Museum? There kind of is. There's some, I don't know how to approach this because I'm not supposed to talk about it. I'll say there's some people in Congress who are involved, who are not happy, who are looking into it. And depending on how the museum goes forward and conducts themselves with the exhibits, will probably have huge implications for what happens to some of the people involved. That's about the best I can say. Yeah. So it's not over yet. Unsubscribes podcast with angry cops. I've watched his stuff. It's pretty funny, actually. Nate, are the anti-hero guys still going to do that podcast with more Green Beret guys? I don't know. I will be on the anti-hero podcast, like I said earlier, on March 1st. So me and Brent are both Green Berets. It's a few of them. All right. All right. Let's all right, we're doing Q&A's been wild. You guys have been going off. Let's get into let's jump into the GBRS thing. We'll talk about it for a little bit. Is everybody sort of spun before we do this? Let's just check in the chat. Is everybody sort of spun up on this story? All right. GBRS about a year ago supposedly fired in one of their employees. So supposedly this is the backstory, the narrative that was put out initially before we got the truth. GBRS loses a lower receiver to a AR-15 platform, supposedly, then blames it on their black employee, calls the cops on him, and then fires him, right? This is what all the mainstream media said. And then basically they were labeled as racist. There was huge YouTube channels that put out, I mean, some of these videos had 5-6 million views, right? About how racist these guys are and all this stuff. All right. And Anna Paulina is going to bat for the Chapman stuff. We'll move on. All right. And so then what happens is GBRS stays silent. They go through all the legal processes, end up basically suing this guy in arbitration. Okay. So for those of you guys who don't know what arbitration is, most companies, high-end companies, are going to have arbitration agreements with their employees. What that means is if you have a problem, either party decides they want to sue each other, you don't do it in a court system. You do it through an arbitration system where basically a private judge is going to come in, moderate, and make the decision for you. They did that. We have, obviously, the video we did, we put all that, and we're going to go over some of this, the actual deposition footage of this employee essentially admitting that he was the one, he was the one that lost the lower receiver. He took it to FedEx instead of UPS and just dumped it off. He lied about it, right? They got the security cam footage of it. They see him, and we'll show that. They see him actually take it out of the store, go dump it off at UPS, and then they have to contact the ATF because this is a serious thing. They could lose their FFL for this if this thing went actually missing. Security cam footage, all that comes back. Police get involved. And then the deposition, the employee essentially admits to everything, and GBRS is awarded $300,000 in defamation suit. So that's sort of where we're at, right? So yeah, real quick, we're going to actually jump into this, and we're going to take a look at some of this stuff because
organized for tax time
it's actually crazy.
So stressful. I'd rather be.
So that's sort of where we're at. Stand by one. We're going to get to it. All right, we're going to actually start at the front. I just want you guys to see some of the actual politically correct. Yeah, I'm borderline. I want you to see some of the actual deposition of this stuff because it's wild that this dude actually did this to GBRS. All right. So does he have to pay the $300,000? I mean, essentially, yes. If you get sued for $300,000 and you lose, you do. I don't know if they'll ever get that money out of him because who knows what that payment plan is? Like $100 a month for the next like 8,000 years probably would be my guess. But yeah. All right. So let's jump into it. We're going to watch some of the start of this video that I put out. And you guys can see some of the deposition because it's actually kind of insane. So let's check it out. All right.
And at any time did GBRS tell the police to arrest you?
No.
Is anyone else to blame other than yourself for delivering the package to the wrong shipping company?
Yeah, that's my fault.
And can you cite to any racial prejudice by GBRS for blaming you for losing the package?
Nah, no.
So did you think it was funny they were losing customers?
Yeah.
All right, so that's some of the highlights from the deposition, right? So if you guys didn't see, the reality is, hold on, I got my dog. Sorry. Rottweiler freaking out. All right, so as you saw there, so essentially what GBRS and all these BLM groups and everything came after them for and said that they were racist. They called the police on this guy because supposedly they lost this rifle that, you know, he was some innocent party. As you see there, no, it wasn't, right? He admitted he screwed up. He's incompetent. He lost it. He admits, no, GBRS didn't try to call the cops on me. No, they didn't try to have me arrested. He admits that the only person to blame is himself. And then what he's talking about, where he talks about how he thinks it's funny, is because, stand by, guys. I lost my camera. Hold on. Battery died on my camera. We still good on the stream? Everybody still here? I should be able to get this back up. All right. Everybody see me? Let me know. Commo nerd can't commo? Let me see. Let's make sure it's back up and I don't have to reboot the stream. Do this. All right. No, that's not it. You guys are seeing the backside of this. Live stream is a pain in the ass. All right. No audio now? Fuck. Hold on. Are we good? Somebody said no audio. My mic says it's working. All right. Looks and sound fine. Okay. Sorry, boys. We're good. We're good. We're good. Trial and error. Yeah, I know. Wasn't expecting the battery of the camera to die. All right. We're back. So, yes. That's the start of this story, right? Is that, again, they supposedly, GBRS loses his stuff. They're a bunch of racists. Turns out, end of the story is, yeah, it's just an incompetent employee who actually screwed up, lost his things, lied about it. Not only that, guys, what he was talking about there as I was getting into it, where he starts laughing and thinks it's funny that they're losing business. That's because not only did he get fired, he then got fired, started a GoFundMe page for justice and reconciliation for how racist DJ Shipley is. And he raised $73,000 $73,000, everybody. On basically from BLM groups for how racist he was. How crazy is that? What do you guys think? Kind of a good scam, right? You're a shithead, you screw up at work, you blame your employer, say it's all because they're racist, start a GoFundMe, get some dipshit YouTube lawyer to pump your GoFundMe for you and raise almost $100,000. Kind of smart. It almost worked out for him, except for then he got sued for defamation by GBRS. And then, as you guys see in that deposition, how I know these things doesn't matter, but I'll tell you, his lawyers dropped him because they found out about all this and everything he'd been lying about. And so he had to go into arbitration deposition with no lawyer representing himself. Imagine how well you think that went. It didn't go very well because he lost, and he lost a $300,000. Yeah, Mr. Shitlocks has to pay $300,000 in damages, which I'll be honest, I bet the damage to GBRS, they're a big company, guys. They have over 40 employees, right? They're a multi-million-dollar business, I'm sure, with that many employees. $300K is probably nothing compared to the damage that they took. Because you had people like, you guys know this guy, the civil rights lawyer. Put this in the video. This guy did 3 videos talking about how innocent this poor man was. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. All right, let's see if I can pull this up here.
If you could imagine your ideal way of working,
Stand by one. We'll pull
what would
it
it look like?
from the video I just made.
Friday.com can make
Damages on top. All right, so let's take a look at this stuff. All right, let's check this out. All right, so we're going to jump into this first video. As you can see here, civil rights lawyer, 4.1 million views on this first video, and he's got some takes in here. Now it blows my mind. This dude's a lawyer, and yet he jumped in with basically all he had was police body cam footage, and decides he knows everything, and he knows this employee is 100% innocent, and even vouches for this dude's GoFundMe. You're an accessory to fraud, sir. So let's see his take right away as a lawyer. Let's check it out.
So the theme of this video is not going to be that, well, people make mistakes and mistakes were made. It's going to be, well, yeah, mistakes were made, but why was this guy just straight up arrested and treated like in the way that he was? And here we can start to see the answer. The officer on the left appears to be named Reyes, and he appears to know or have some connection to this company, as you'll see.
All right, so what he's trying to assume here is that, so if you watched the episode that Heavy Duty Country did, he showed all the police footage. These police officers were enamored with the fact that they are around some tier 1 dudes. Here's the deal. GBRS is not responsible for the conduct of police officers, period. Okay? So he tries to say that the reason why this guy's being targeted is because GBRS is friends with the police, which, as we saw through the depositions, no, the reason why he was targeted is because he was at fault. Okay, so kind of crazy, right? And then, yeah, but you can see that video. That video has 4.2 million views. 4.2 million views about how GBRS is a bunch of racists and this poor innocent man. Right. And then he sponsors the guy's GoFundMe. Right. Which the crazy thing is that $73,000 he raised for legal fees, his lawyers dropped him, and he admits in the deposition he spent $0 of it on legal fees. He used it all on personal costs. Whoops. Whoopsies. Yeah, at 4.2 million, and then he made 2 update videos that got like 2 million and another million views after. So it's kind of sad because that's like 10 million people almost alone that saw that video and just assumed, because this guy pretends to be a credible lawyer. And if you're a lawyer, my dad's an attorney, been an attorney for 40 years. I can tell you this, you don't come out and make crazy public statements taking sides unless you have all the evidence, which this guy had none and decided to make those videos, which to me is crazy. But as I showed in the video, I looked up his reviews on lawyers.com, looked him up, and he has I think it was a 1.4 out of 5-star reviews for his actual law firm, not the YouTube one. Not great. Not great. That's a lot of weed. Yeah, that is a lot of weed. That is a whole lot of weed. Nuts. Anyway, that's obviously like surface level. It shows you can all be YouTube lawyers. Yeah, right. I didn't know YouTube lawyer was a thing. Like apparently that's like there's a lot of it. Like lawyers that are giving advice on YouTube. Oof, I don't know if I'd be getting my legal advice on YouTube. Also, I did some math on this where I mathed it out, right? So those 7 million YouTube views he has, okay? If we just did ad revenue, all right, not that he's got paid sponsorships and that and all that, just YouTube ad revenue, we work off what's called a CPM, which means you get a certain amount of money per 1,000 views. We'll say $5 per 1,000 views. That's actually pretty low, probably for a channel that big. So if we do some quick math on that 7 million views, you can pull out your calculators, divide it by 1,000 views, right? Multiply that by $5. You're going to get a $35,000 in ad revenue. That gentleman brought in, basically lying about GBRS. I'm surprised those dudes don't sue him for defamation or accessory to defamation. So I called him out in my video and said, you should donate $35,000 to a charity of GBRS's choice, homie. Pretty wild. Thoughts? I've been going hard. I haven't been had a chance to really look at the comment section. Let's get back to the comment section here. What does being friends with police have anything to do with someone not doing their job, right, Jasmine? Like, and first of all, whether they're friends with the police or not, I can tell you this. Typically, if you break the law, your buddy that's a cop is still going to arrest you. And so, again, GBS did nothing wrong. If the cops are acting fanboyish in front of DJ Shipley, that's on the cops. That's not on him. He doesn't control other people. M. Corbin says, I can just lie on the internet and make money. Look at Tim Kennedy. He made a whole career out of it. 1.4 stars is crazy work. I think I have it here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I forget the dude's name. I think I have it in here though. Stand by. Oh, here we go.
If you can organize a closet,
Yeah,
I'm going to show you how in just 5 days you can acquire
1.4 stars. So here we go. So yeah, this is him, John H. Bryan, attorney at law. He's from West Virginia. You look him up on lawyers.com. See the reviews. 1.4 out of 5 stars. Not great. Not great, everybody. Probably wouldn't be the guy I would hire personally. Maybe he's better at YouTube law than he is at real law. But it doesn't look like it based off of those videos. Whoops. Yeah. All right. Let's interact with the chat a little bit here, and then we'll jump into whether or not we think it's a good idea for Donald Trump to turn Gaza Strip into the new Strip of Buc-ee's. Because that's apparently what we're doing now. Public defender numbers. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, if you can't make it as a real lawyer, start a YouTube channel. That guy's living proof. Pretty wild, huh, boys? Stand by one. Get a grab something. All right. My bad. Had to re-up on the seltzers. All right, let's get to the chat. What do we got going on here, chat? Public pretender. Yeah. Yeah, so guys should have to represent him in court. That's what I felt like. His lawyers, if I was that dude, my lawyers dropped me because I lied about everything. You should have reached out to him. He should have defended you, right? He's a civil rights attorney. Why didn't he offer to represent this guy? Bucky's and bombs. What could go wrong? I know, right? The Gulf of Bucky's. I think it's a great idea. That's Gaza now. The Gulf of Bucky's. Formula 1 race in Gaza 2026. Oh boy. Do we have any Free Palestine people in here? There was a huge Free Palestine protest at the University of Oregon when I was right in front of the business school when I was leaving yesterday. I almost live streamed it. You guys could see it. Just a shit ton of 20-year-old white people. Very odd. Indiana Boosies. It's better than Bucky's. That's good. I'm from the West Coast, man. I didn't even know Bucky's was a thing until I don't know. I think I was in Texas on some military exercise, PMT or a validation exercise, and we stopped at a Bucky's, and it was like a mall, a gas station mall. It's crazy, man. Boosies. They're going to send all those Palestinians straight into Europe. Yeah, Europe will take them, man. The Muslim countries won't take them, but Europe will. I didn't see a single Free Palestine person in the chat. Is that that's the community we got? We don't have any Free Palestine people in here? None? Wow. All right. Well, should have live streamed it. I know. I thought about it. I was that close, and I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go home. What's your opinion on a 25-year-old going 18X? Perfect age. Literally the perfect age. There you go. Oh, Muhammad with the Free Palestine. All right, brother. I see you. At least you got it. You got your name. Yeah. Of course, Muhammad. Yeah, of course. That's fine. That's fine. No big deal. We'll take it. What type of lawyer is my pops? He's a land use lawyer. He does like land use for big companies, big companies that want to come in and take huge swaths of land. He basically fights the government to let them do it, right? So if you're an environmentalist, he's probably not your best friend. Appreciate a Waffle House and Dollar General, local Chinese place. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing I was thinking about, guys. We talked about this on the War Room. If you're, let's just say you're Palestinian, right? You're living in Gaza. You've been getting fucked up by Israel for the last year. You're living in the slums, and America says, hey, we're going to come in and turn this motherfucker into a resort. The Gulf of Bucky's. Seems like you might be like, that might sound kind of nice. Now, I'm pretty sure that Trump said he's going to deport all the Palestinians on top of that, so maybe that doesn't work, which is just, it's like shit psychotic right now with the things we're talking about. But I don't know. What do you guys think? We turn Palestine into the Gulf of Bucky's, America's next resort. What's our thoughts? Are we pro Guys, if you haven't seen, there's Vegas odds for what country, the odds what country gets annexed first by the United States. I think there's Greenland, there's Gaza, there's Canada, there's Mexico. Somebody probably has seen it. There's actual Vegas odds for this. What do we think? What's the first country that's actually going to get annexed? I think Greenland. I think Greenland has the most realistic possibility because it's actually like strategically an amazing place for the United States to actually have militarily. But Mexico, I mean, okay, that's one. Annex Greenland, yeah, I think that one makes the actual most sense. Canada, see, I see Canada. I don't want Canada, and I'm telling you guys here this in a second. Let's let the chat throw some of these ideas out. Mexico, Canada for sure, India, Cuba. Cuba would actually be a good one. I think Cuba. That's kind of like Puerto Rico, right? Oh, Puerto Rico was one of them too that could actually be annexed as a state. Sterling Sharp is in the Hall of Fame. Shannon's brother finally got in. That's actually kind of dope. Greenland, yeah. So GBRS pays their black employees. Oh, it's from Tim Kennedy Sr. Okay, there he is. All right. The shit poster. I gotta pay attention to who I'm reading stuff off from. Here's the thing. Here's what I was thinking about for Canada. For everybody who wants to annex Canada, I want you to think about the fact that it's basically politically annexing a second California. Do you want 35 million new leftist voters with that many congressional districts entering Washington? You sure you want that? Think about it. I think we're better off giving California, Oregon, and Washington to Canada, even though I live here. I would bounce, but I think we got that would be a better way to do it. Chat's going hard right now. We got everybody flamed up. All right. Not even Alberta wants Canada. I know, right? F Canada. I don't know. All right, next one. Oh, we were already talking about it, right? We're talking about Gaza being annexed. Free Alberta. Is Alberta, I don't know that much about Canada. Is like Alberta like the conservative area, conservative state? Where would I move if I had to leave the left coast? Well, I'm going to. So I'm in Oregon. Both my parents have health issues. My dad suffered a stroke earlier this year. He's got some heart problems. My mom has Crohn's disease. So that's why we're back here, making sure they're taken care of. But we will definitely not be living here forever. I'm looking at either moving to not the Austin, Texas area, but maybe outside of it, rurally, or Montana. Not sure what I want to do yet. Depending on content, Austin makes more sense. There's closer to a lot more people, but Montana is also super nice. So those are the two areas that we're thinking about. Anybody live in those areas? Texas, I'm sure. Oregon is beautiful, but not really for me. Florida's too hot. It's too muggy. I guess Texas is too. Moved in North Carolina? No, thank you. I already lived there for enough of my life. I lived in Fayetteville for a while. I'm good. Outside Austin, good look to the west. Yeah, I get Austin's woke, right? That's why I said outside Austin in the rural area, and then I could do media within Austin, right? Does it make sense? Come to Tennessee. I've heard Tennessee's actually super nice. Real white west of Austin. I don't know what that means, Hook. Housing market in Montana is nuts. Yeah, it is in Oregon too, homie. Idaho, yeah, Oregon too woke. I know. AZ is underrated. I spent a lot of our training is done in Yuma, so we spend a lot of our time in between Yuma and Scottsdale in Special Forces. I do like Arizona. I don't like New York at all. Go down to Texas and collab with Staccato and Tim. We were close. We were close to working with Sheepdog Response. Didn't pan out, obviously. Wisconsin is beautiful. I have been to Wisconsin. I've got some close friends out in Wisconsin. In the Muskego area, actually. Tennessee's badass. How about Kandahar? Oof, I spent enough. I think I spent enough of my time there too. I don't need to go back. I'm good. I spent enough of my time in southern Afghanistan. I'm good. All right, we're gonna watch Trump with Bibi Netanyahu talking about how he's going to annex Gaza and turn it into a resort. We're going to talk about it. So let's take a watch of the insanity. Stand by. All right, here we go.
Prime Minister, you are talking tonight about the United States taking over a sovereign territory. What authority would allow you to do that? Are you talking about a permanent occupation there, redevelopment? And Mr. Prime Minister, do you see this idea as a way to expand the boundaries of Israel and to have a longer peace, even though the Israeli people know how important that land is to you and your citizens, just as the space is inherited by the Palestinians as well?
I do see a long-term ownership position, and I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East. And everybody I've spoken to, this was not a decision made lightly. Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and creating thousands of jobs with something that will be magnificent in a really magnificent area that nobody would know. Nobody can look because all they see is death and destruction and rubble and demolished buildings falling all over. It's just a terrible sight. I've studied it. I've studied this very closely over a lot of months, and I've seen it from every different angle, and it's a very, very dangerous place to be, and it's only going to get worse. And I think this is an idea that's gotten tremendous, and I'm talking about from the highest level of leadership, gotten tremendous praise. And if the United States can help to bring stability and peace in the Middle East, we'll do that.
All right. I love how uncomfortable Bibi Netanyahu is with that entire shit. He wants to interrupt and be like, "Oh, we're not fucking up Palestine that bad, we promise." But he knows he can't interrupt Donald Trump as he's on his rant. Yeah, it's actually insane. Here's what I'll say. She tried to make it seem like how upset Israel would be if the United States were to take Gaza and put a giant military base there. Israel would fucking love for us to do that. Why? Because it gives massive security to Israel against its adversaries in the area. So don't get confused. Bibi Netanyahu would absolutely love to establish control of Gaza, or America establish control of Gaza. No doubt. He would love it. I don't think he liked about how he talked about how basically all of Gaza is rubble now, thanks to Israel. But, yeah, what do you guys think? Should America... This is one of those that's like super... People lose their minds, right? Like you have the anti-Israel folks, you have the free Palestine folks, but then you just also have people like me that are like, do we really need to be giving billions of dollars to foreign countries? Probably not. It's probably not our concern. That's where I fall. What do you guys think? Should America go in and take Gaza? Or should we say, Israel, you figure it out? Let's see what the chat thinks. Get a no, America shouldn't. I'm for it. Not our country, not our problem. It's Hamas' fault. No. Yeah, we're not getting any yeses. America first is where I fall. I agree. I don't think so. We got one, take it. Sounds like it if it's going to benefit the U.S. No foreign intervention. No, let the sandbox figure it out. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, like, what good? This is the way I look at it. What good does it do America to take Gaza? Does it do American citizens, American taxpayers? What good does it do us? What good does it do us to give $200 billion to Ukraine? What good does it do us to give trillions of dollars in USA to other countries? What good does it do us? Fix America? Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, America first, zero. Yeah, I agree, guys. Like, I think we're getting to the point, we're starting to wake up a little bit of like, hey, maybe we should focus on America for a little while. Focus on America. Yes, I agree. Zero. Yeah. That's where I'm at, guys. Like, I secure the border. Yeah. I'm not, like, people get, like, it's funny because I'll be critical of Israel, right? And then we'll have all the Free Palestine people like, yeah, we're on your side. And I'm like, hey, homie, I'm not on your side. Don't make me choose between the two. Because if it's between Israel and Hamas, I can tell you, whoa, I'm all the way on pro-Israel side all of a sudden if you make me choose. But I also can think critically and think, is a lot of the stuff Israel is doing on the world scene potentially a problem? There's some fair arguments in that as well, especially with America. Like, I'm with you guys. America first. Let the Middle East argue amongst themselves and figure their issues out. Yeah, I think that's where we're at, Jasmine. I mean, unless things spiral out of control and basically the oil, the energy system like gets upended with an ISIS level, caliphate moving through. Okay, yeah, maybe we need to get involved, but like, why do we need to be fighting Israel's wars? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. I get that, like, yes, 60% of politicians are pretty much owned by Israel interests. I get that, like, 70% of Fortune 500 companies have dual Israeli citizenship. I get that the World Health or the CDC from top to bottom has dual Israeli citizenship. Got it. Right? Tons of control. But maybe we need to backtrack out of that a little bit. And I'm not anti-religious by any means. I'm just saying. I'm the America First crowd. I don't care about anybody else outside of my country. Why? Because this is where my kids are being raised. And this was when I'm gone. This is the country my children and their children's children have to live in. I've been red-pilled. I don't think that's red-pilled, man. I don't think being pro-America is red-pilled. Let me say this. If being pro-America is red-pilled, count me red-pilled. Call me that. USA first. Yeah, I've got no problem with that. No problem with being America first. Boxing match between leaders? Ugh. I mean, Trump is like twice the size of every world leader I know. They're all tiny, at least European. They're all like 5'3". All right, we're going to do fit an hour 15. I'm going to try to keep these around like an hour and a half as we go in our lives. So we're going to do, we're going to do about 10 more minutes of Q&A. Anything you guys want to say? So we covered some fun stuff, the GBRS stuff, the insanity with Gaza. We'll get back to some open Q&A. Whatever y'all want to hear about, throw them in the chat, and we'll address them as we go. All right, what do we got? Isolationism. I think I agree. I think you have to have a delicate balance of it. You have to be ready to use the might of America's military system if needed. Would I be down to explore Mars? No, I ain't fucking getting on a spaceship. Are you out of your mind? America, like other people? Sure, yeah. Good luck. Do I skydive as a civilian? I haven't, man. I want to get back into it. The biggest thing is because I had both my shoulders reconstructed, I couldn't get back to grab my BOCs. But now that I can, I would like to get back into it, but I haven't yet. I probably will. I need to get to an area where they actually do it. There's nothing like that around here, unfortunately. You live an hour away from Yuma. Spent a lot of time there. Thoughts on Doge in the long term? I think it's great so far. The USAID stuff is insane. If you guys haven't been watching that, yeah. Best one and done defense and hunting. Well, if you're looking for something that can do both, and any like a good AR-15 platform, it's the best for defense. And then obviously it's not the best for hunting, but if you're looking something, if you buy one thing that you can do everything with, you can take down a deer from 300 meters with AR-15 platform. So I'd suggest you go with that. Otherwise, like, get a long gun, get a precision rifle if you want to do real long gun hunting, but it's good for all of it. 310 to Yuma. I love that movie. How would Tim Kennedy fight in zero gravity? I don't know. 308. Yeah, 308 is good too. If you want to get an actual long gun. We got a lot of Tim Kennedy stuff still in the chat. Who do you think would win in a boxing match? Brent Tucker versus me? I don't know. Well, you should ask him that. I couldn't beat Tim Kennedy, but there's not a whole lot of grown men that would be able to put me in the dirt. I'll tell you that. Tim Kennedy would beat my ass, but I'm a big dude that's a trained fighter. So I'm much bigger than most people, and I trained for a long time. Now, again, I'm not anywhere near semi-professional, professional. I get my ass kicked, but on just day-to-day, regular people, oof. Yeah. All right, we got a super chat, $5 from Hook. Thank you, brother. God bless VFT. God bless chat. God with us. God for all. Have a good night, all. Thank you, brother. Thanks for coming out. Thank you for showing up, everybody. Another great live chat here on Friday. Again, we'll go for about 10 more minutes. Q&A. Keep in mind, guys, we are doing our live stream with Jake Zweig, Navy SEAL versus Green Beret podcast. That one we got really great reviews off that. So that'll be Sunday at noon Pacific time. Should be fun. Cover a couple different. How big is Brent Tucker really? I mean, go to my Instagram. I mean, me and Brent have pictures together recently. Brent's pretty big, to be honest. He's bigger than most dudes. I think he's probably about maybe 6'1", 200 pounds, if I had to guess. Yeah, he's a pretty big dude. But if you go look, you can go look at my Instagram and see me next to other human beings and see how big I am. Much bigger than most human beings. What's your opinion on getting an 18X contract at 30? I have an entire video on going SF at over 30. You should go watch it. Just scroll back. It's probably like about 6 months back, but it's a good deep dive on that. Because there's a lot that goes into it. Cag Daddy? Yeah, I mean, Brent's military career is more impressive than mine. That's for sure. Brent's a good dude, though. Thoughts on the dancing Israelites conspiracy theory? I have no idea. I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy. Not a big conspiracy theory guy. Thoughts on the Kandahar giant? Probably not real. But if you're talking about like Nephilim-esque stuff, right? Book of Enoch, all that, I'm pretty into that type of stuff. So I would believe it. But I never heard a single story when I was all the time I spent in Kandahar. Nobody ever mentioned it. I heard that like outside of that. Does every U.S. operator know Spanish? I don't. So, no. Any other companies other than Staccato and FN to ditch Timmy? The USCCA. As far as I know, I don't know any company that hasn't. So, I mean, obviously Black Rifle Coffee Company. That's another big one. 511, I think, is the one holdout that we don't really know, but I don't know if he still has a contract with them or not. But it's not great, and pretty much blacklisted. Yeah, 511. That's about the only one I know left. Right. 6'8", 320 pounds. Who is that? Is that you? That's giant. That's way bigger than me. They found giant bones in archaeology. Yeah, if you I'm a big Graham Hancock fan. Anybody BRCC ditch Timmy? Have you seen them put out any new content with him since the Anti-Hero podcast came out? I'm not going to speak for them, but I think it's pretty obvious at this point. Right? But again, I'm not going to speak for them, but obviously, you know, I'm good friends with Jared. Is what it is, man. Is what it is. What is your gym sesh looking like for legs? Man, depends on what I'm doing. I'm pretty much just a compound movement leg day guy. Barbell squats, deadlifts, maybe some accessory machines, and that's pretty much what I do every single time. Different variations of that. But yeah. All right, we got about 5 more minutes, everybody. Flint Dibble kind of dumped on Graham. If you watch Graham Hancock stuff, I haven't seen anybody that's pretty much had anywhere near close to being able to disprove anything he's brought forward. The Giggly Teppy by itself pretty much upends the entire archaeological system, as far as we know. What do we got? Tim Kennedy taking over Gaza. He might be the hero that we need. He might be that one guy that we need to bring Bucky's to. How about this? We need to petition Tim Kennedy to bring Bucky's to Gaza. He's our guy. That is our guy. Have I ever been to Illinois? I've been through Illinois, but not really there for anything. Need more workout videos? We're starting the VFT fitness channel soon. I promise. It's going to be a separate YouTube channel. As soon as I'm done with school, we're launching it. I know. I get asked that a lot. Thank you from Charleston, South Carolina. Appreciate it, brother. Bench until you can't put your arms on top of the steering wheel. I used to do that. To have Tim Kennedy be the manager there at the Bucky's Gaza. If he can take it and he can secure it, send him there with a rucksack full of 50 grenades, a shy tack. Oh, VFT gym gear. All right. Actually, I keep forgetting to do this. And now that we're in the chat. So part of my business school, I'm in an entrepreneurship program with my MBA. I'm trying to figure out, we got a bunch of new badass merch coming, right? But I'm trying to figure out a cool product that you guys might like if we add the badass logos to it. All right. So I'm thinking, we already have the clothes. Okay. I'm thinking tactical fanny pack potential. What was the other one? Shit, I can't even remember what the other ones were. Terrible at my job. I have a survey for it I need to put out, but yeah. We're trying to figure out some type of product. Oh, flags, right? Like big gym flags. We got the new, if you guys have seen the new done up VFT logo, my I'd say my artist, but really he's like one of the dudes I used to work with, who's a Silver Star winning Green Beret. He's actual badass. Let's see, put that up there. That one. The new VFT logo. We also have the new Munchkin logo. If you guys haven't seen this. All right, we've got, oh, we can't see it that well. That's Munchkin on the 50 cal turret with quad nods. Definitely want a flag. Yeah, we're looking at flags, maybe fanny packs, but I think flags are what we're going to be doing first. And that's what we're going to be working on getting out the door here soon. which should be cool. Thoughts on saying Chirac? I mean, that's what it is, right? There's been more people killed in Iraq, or excuse me, more people killed in Chicago in the last 20 years than there were in the entire global war on terror. So, whoops. Socks and scarves. Yeah. Give my Purple Heart to Brandon Herrera. I don't have Purple Heart. Thank God. It's the one combat award I don't have. And I don't want one. BFT pre-workout, we've seen that one. I feel like that's like the Jocko fuel though. Right? I don't know enough about it. Do I take daily supplements? Yes, I do. I take TRT, HGH, all your multivitamins, magnesium. What else do I take? I got a bunch of others I'd have to look at. I should probably do like a list for you guys if you're interested in something like that. VFT jockstrap. Oh God. My wife's always making jokes that I need to start VFT OnlyFans. Guns and buns, baby. It might nuke the YouTube channel though. Do I know where Hitler is? No, I don't. We'd have to talk to Tim Kennedy about that one. What's my current stance on Jocko? And is he legit, or has anything changed my stance? Obviously, I've done multiple videos defending Jocko against Eric Deming's claims. I talked to Eric Deming offline personally for a substantial amount of time. He seems like a wonderful guy. I think he's super nice. Nothing he told me changed my perspective on the situation. I've talked to multiple of Jocko's actual teammates from Ramadi offline anonymously, who have pretty much, and I wanted to do a video on this, but they didn't. They told me that I could use the information, but because it was going to be anonymous, that's kind of lame. Of being like, hey, people told me this, right? But as far as I know, doesn't sound like a lot of the anti-Jocko claims hold a lot of credibility. So I'm still on the camp of like, yeah, Jocko probably did some dumb shit in Ramadi, but as far as I know, he's pretty respected in the SEAL community. So that's where we're at. And yeah, seems like Deming has fallen off the map. So Grand, with that, I told Eric, I said, hey man, if you can bring me real receipts, firsthand eyewitness accounts of literally anything you're claiming, I will put you on the podcast. I'll give you a platform and I will let you go at it. And then I never heard from him again. So, is what it is. Did I play football? No, I did when I was younger, but I played baseball and then stunt gymnastics in college. Mac V Sog. Yeah, actually, my dad's a Green Beret Vietnam. I actually know a lot of Mac V Sog guys personally that I'm close with. Trying to get a few of them to come on the channel. It's hard though. It's hard to get them on. Who wins? Green Berets versus SEAL Team 6? Are you talking about all of Green Berets versus SEAL Team 6? Green Berets, because there's like 100, there's like 50 times more of us. So yeah, I mean, if we're doing the entire units against each other, yeah, we're just way too big. Soft scented candles. My wife would like that, bro. Corbin, my wife would be like, that's it. We're also doing some women's clothing too. So it should be cool. We'll do like women's V-necks and stuff like that. Jasmine says, I like you for the simple fact that you call it bullshit for what it is and don't attempt to sugarcoat it. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do around here. A lot of people get upset about that. I just had a dude from First Group reach out and tell me, that there's some leadership at First Group, some command that really don't like me. It's like, yeah, okay. I'm well respected in the community, and that's good enough for me. But again, if you're in the soft space and you're making content online, there's going to be people that hate you no matter what. It is what it is. All right. Man, we're still rolling here. Let's see where we're at. One sec, guys. All right, we'll do a couple more minutes and then we're going to cut it off for the day. My favorite Celsius. I try not to drink energy drinks. I'm trying to cut away from them. I do caffeine dips. So I don't do nicotine anymore. So I dipped for like 20 years. I got these like alpha caffeine dips. That's what I do now. So I don't do the energy drinks. I don't do the dip. I do a fake version of both. Fake version of both. Are you Glock or SIG for conceal? I've used the Glock 19 as my conceal gun forever, but I'm going to switch over to a 365, I think, because I use SIG for everything else. Just think they make a better gun. John Stryker Meyer. I don't know John, but I do know some other Mac VSOG legends personally that I'm close with. That I'm trying to get on, but it's hard, guys. It's hard to get them on. They're old. A lot of them are going through health issues, Agent Orange. Not many of them left. But they're good dudes. All right. All right, guys. Last couple questions and we're cutting it. It's Friday. You want to go have fun or go to bed like me? Because I'm old. Last question, then we're cutting it. Let's see a good one. How often SF guys use little birds? We don't. Yep. All right. We're going to cut it. No awesome questions. All right, everybody. Appreciate everybody coming out. Another good live stream. Tune in Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific time for Jake and I. We're going live. Green Beret versus Navy SEAL podcast. You already know. It's going to be a popular one. We're funny together. All right, everybody. Appreciate you. Take care. I'll catch you next week. Love y'all.